If there's one place where there should be freedom of expression in the country, more so than anywhere else, surely it would be the federal parliament. I mean, who would have made that decision to cancel your screening at the Parliament House Theatre?
Correct. Who would have? You know, this is what's happening in this place, Chris. Okay? There's no diversity of what you want, opinions or what you want to put across. And this is so frustrating. You know, you spoke about the burka on the floor of Parliament, then you have the screening. No, we might offend people. Our whole country is going down the bloody drain. It really is. It frustrates me to no end. So these people make their decisions. No, you can't because we might offend this one or offend that one, whatever. So what do we have? Where do people like I go who just are common sense, normal people who want to have a laugh, want to have put out our opinions? Where do we go? What do we do? It's a constant battle I have all the time. I'm fighting this system as it changes and destroys our culture and our way of life. But I'm not going to give up. I'll keep fighting. And guess what? They banned me from here showing the film in Parliament House. But I appreciate those people open up the venue to us and those people that did turn up. So we won in the long run. I don't walk away and give up that easily.
Would any politicians have been involved in the decision, or would this have just been Parliament House bureaucrats?
Chris, I can't make speculation. I have no idea. And I think because there was a poster that was put out there, and of course it had the rainbow flag and it was progressive, the word in it. So they would have taken offence to that. So they said, oh, well, we can't allow the showing of this. They had no idea what was in the movie. No idea whatsoever. But this might offend people. I'm sick and tired of worrying about whether people are offended or not. That's your problem, being offended. What about the rest of us? You're shutting it down. My opinion, doesn't that matter anymore, or anyone else's? We had a great response from the audience, Chris. They actually applauded it, and I asked them, did you enjoy the 5 minutes of the movie? They said it's absolutely fantastic. And so anyway, we're going to put it out January 26th. It's going ahead. It's going to be a huge success. I can tell you that.
It'll be funny as a fit because everything that those guys do at Stepmate Studios is hilarious. I want to go back to the burqa here. You were criticised by some. Now, this is a political stunt. I'm not surprised you were kicked out. I am surprised that it was a 7-day suspension. But people suggesting that you were somehow ridiculing or discriminating against Muslim women. I would have thought if you're talking about trying to ban the burqa in this country, you're trying to stand up for the rights of some Muslim women who are forced to wear the burqa. Who speaks for those women? Because I assume that women who are in a family situation where they are forced to wear a burqa certainly couldn't speak up for their own rights if they chose to. So who does speak for them? We see other Muslim women denouncing you and a broad range of political parties denouncing you. Who in this country is trying to say it's all right for young girls and women to be hidden behind burqas in this country?
You're exactly right in what you say. It's sort of all about the oppression of women that is happening. Here they scream about women's rights in this country. The left and the Greens and everyone else is screaming, oh, well, let's protect women's rights, against domestic violence. And then we have, same work, same pay. They keep going on about superannuation, the whole lot. But when it comes to women being able to show their face and no, we're not interested, let's back away. They don't want to get into the cultural wars. That's what this is about. And Chris, I've been thinking about this. It wasn't a bloody stunt. It wasn't a stunt, all right? A stunt is to show off. It's not about showing off. It was about proving a point. My point was I wanted to introduce a bill to ban the burqa and full face coverings in public places. Now, when they denied me that, and I thought, well, if you don't want to ban it, I'll go and put it on. So I went and put it on to prove a point. And guess what? They didn't want to ban it. They didn't want me to wear it in Parliament. Where's the hypocrisy of the whole lot? You can't have it both ways.
It was a ridiculous paradox.
So it wasn't a stunt. So don't say it was a stunt, that I pulled this stunt. I wanted to prove a point, and I proved my point. And they couldn't stand it. I am out there fighting for these women. If you want to know about Islam and how women are treated, go and read Ayaan Hirsi Ali's book. I read that years ago. I know what happens to a lot of these women.
I've read it myself.
It's fantastic.
They banned her in Parliament. Let me say that again. They banned her in the one place that's supposed to protect free speech the most. This wasn't some random venue. This was Parliament, the place where ideas are supposed to clash, not get cancelled. And what was the reason? It might offend someone. That's it. That's the standard now. You can't screen a film because someone might feel uncomfortable. You can't express an opinion because someone might disagree. But here's the question nobody wants to answer. Since when did offense become more important than freedom? Because according to this logic, if even one person is offended, the entire conversation gets shut down. And that's exactly what Pauline Hanson is calling out. She wasn't even judged on the content of the film. They admitted it. They had no idea what was in it. They saw a poster. They saw a rainbow flag. And boom, decision made. No debate, no discussion, just shut it down. And we're supposed to believe this is about tolerance? Because it looks a lot more like control. Think about it. Parliament allows heated debates, protests, political attacks, but a film screening, that crosses the line. That's the contradiction. And it gets even more interesting. They say they support diversity. They say they support different voices. But the moment a voice doesn't align with them, it gets removed. So what kind of diversity is that? Because real diversity includes opinions you don't like. Now, you don't have to agree with everything Hanson says. That's not the point. The point is this. If you start banning speech based on who might get offended, there is no limit to where that ends. Today, it's her. Tomorrow, it's someone else. And eventually, it could be anyone. And here's the part that really stands out. She didn't back down, even after being banned, even after being suspended. She still pushed forward and screened the film elsewhere. Love her or hate her, that's persistence. Because most people, they would have just walked away. But this is bigger than one politician. This is about a system where decisions are made behind closed doors, where offense becomes a weapon, and where speaking freely comes with consequences. So the real question is this still free speech or just approved speech? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe, because this isn't slowing down anytime soon, and here's where it goes even deeper. Because this isn't just about one ban, one film, or even one politician. This is about a pattern where decisions aren't based on facts. They're based on fear. Fear of backlash, fear of headlines, fear of being called the wrong thing. So instead of defending open debate, they avoid it completely. And when institutions start avoiding debate, they stop representing people. Because real leadership isn't about playing safe. It's about allowing uncomfortable conversations to happen. But right now, what we're seeing is the opposite. You can say certain things, you can support certain ideas, but step outside that line, even slightly, and suddenly you're the problem. That's not balance, that's control. And once that line keeps shifting, nobody really knows where it is anymore. Which means people don't just stop speaking, they stop thinking out loud. And that's how a system slowly silences itself. So again, ask yourself, is this protecting people or is it protecting power?